Going on? My name is Chris Holacek, and this is another episode of Holla Sessions. Today's topic is gratitude versus abundance. Now, gratitude, it's something that comes natural to some people, and to others, they might have to work on it. Like, for example, if you grew up in a household that wasn't exactly the healthiest, or you didn't feel the safest as a kid, that might be something you struggle with, or you're in an abusive relationship, or anything like that. It can be very hard to find gratitude. You know, it's almost like a survival tactic to not, to look at everything bad. It's almost a way like you're trying to prevent yourself from being hurt. It's kind of interesting how that works psychologically. Yeah, so if you're somebody who struggles with gratitude, I know I'm somebody who has in the past, and I'm still building that muscle. It is a muscle you got to build through time. And for those who struggle with it, at first it feels pretty fake. I know I felt that in the beginning. You know, you felt like you're lying to yourself. And one technique I would use to get around that is to pray, either in the morning or at night or both. Every time you pray for something, you say two things you're thankful for. It could be something simple like having a roof over your head. You ate dinner last night, you had breakfast this morning, even, you're alive and breathing, which, obviously plenty of people have many other things to be thankful for. But if you're struggling, that's a good place to start. I know for me personally, I used to think in a scarcity mindset. I still do struggle with it in certain aspects of my life, but it is definitely a defense mechanism that you have to get through. And it can leak into many parts of life, like it's not just financial. Financially, you could be looking at all the debt you have and not thinking you're making enough money. Instead of that, look at the ways that you can make money. Finding little wins here and there, like you sold something, made a little extra cash, or you do Uber or DoorDash or something like that, made a little extra pocket change, or even got a little refund of some sort. That's proof that you are abundant. Then there's other aspects of life too, like relationships. If you don't have an abundant mindset, you could fall for the wrong person. Like, you could be very starved of love and go for somebody who gives you little breadcrumbs here and there. And then they end up breaking your heart later on down the road because, they're getting their fix, but you're not. And you're not standing up for yourself because you feel like that's the best you can do. And stuff like that, that goes down to a sense of self, which goes back to the childhood stuff. Something you've got to get right with and figure out who you are as a person. Maybe you didn't have a sense of self growing up, like you couldn't have a sense of self because you were either parenting a parent or surviving abusive siblings, or even from a bad relationship. It can really scar you and make you wonder, who the heck you are. Like, you question that. And before you start working on gratitude, I'd recommend working on that first. Finding out who you are, finding out what you like. Small little things like, do you like hiking? Do you like to go play music? Do you like to play basketball? Do you like to take trips? Do you like to do art? It's little stuff like that. And it doesn't matter what you pick, just whatever makes you feel happiness inside. I know for me personally, music's been one of those things that has brought that joy to my life. Even times when I didn't know who I was, music is something I've done since I was 3 years old. That and traveling too. These little joys that bring peace to your life. I know for me, traveling, even when I'm low on cash, I'll go drive up to the Kentucky border. I live 20 minutes from Kentucky, and something like that. It's get away from Nashville, get away from all the city hustle and bustle, like just something little for yourself. But anyways, back to the gratitude part. You're doing what you love. You're starting to count your blessings. Only good can come from that. You're focusing on the money you're making and not the money that is going out, although you need to keep a little bit of track of that. You don't want to, decline on your credit card or debit card, not having money to eat. Don't be an overspender, but at the same time, don't focus every day on that debt or anything like that. Don't focus on all these relationships that didn't work out for you. Even health-wise, if you got some injury of some sort or disability. For example, I twisted my ankle pretty severely about 5 months ago mountain climbing, and for a while I could barely walk. I still can't even run, but I'd find other ways to get my body going. I could still do push-ups, I could still do sit-ups, I could still do yoga. You could still meditate. Like, there's many ways to get around whatever part of you is lacking. Especially also if you're depressed or you have anxiety, one of the best medicines for that is exercise. Like, I personally lift weights about 3 days a week. I do hot yoga for about 2 days a week and like to sweat it out. And then I do like I'm doing right now. I go hiking, even if I'm in the city like I am now in Hendersonville, Tennessee. I find a park or something where I can hike and clear my mind. I get 10,000 steps in. And even on off days, I try to get those 10,000 steps in just to get the blood pumping. And that has done wonders for my mood. So when it comes to health, that's a little hack there too as well for abundance. But anyways, the gratitude part, just the main idea of it is the focus on what you do have. Just count more of your blessings compared to what you're asking for. And if you're atheist, just you pray to yourself or, speak to yourself. Might sound like a crazy person, but, it works. And then through time, you're going to reprogram your mind to think more abundantly with gratitude. And that's when you start to see your blessings come in. And God's going to see that too, and he's going to reward you the more work you put in like that. The main idea, guys, is with scarcity, let's focus on what you don't have. Don't focus on that. Just focus on what you do have. Little small wins every day. Do something good for yourself. And with that, you'll see a world of differences. Anyways, that's my little session for today. I hope you enjoyed it. Sorry the sun's been a little bright. I'm still getting this whole walking and talking thing down. I enjoy hiking while talking the most, although I'll be doing some car episodes too as well. Just depends on the weather. Anyway, guys, thanks for hanging with me. My name is Chris Holacek, and Holla is gonna holla out.